Hey, welcome to my video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And this is part 2 of my August and September vlog that I should have really posted with part 1, but it was getting way too long, so ta-da, there's a part 2. The first thing that we need to talk about are, of course, the posts. Seems the majority of part 1 to this video was about the posts. Okay, so I got some of the posts in. I got 4 in, but somehow I lost the footage. I'm not sure what happened, but I lost the footage. Yeah, it wasn't planned, but you know, it is what it is. Don't ask me. I have no idea how I lost the footage, but I did. But anyway, I have 4 posts in. I need 6 in, and I gotta put in 2 more. Yeah, still working my way up to that, but we'll go and have a look. Don't know if you guys have been watching in the background, but I've got Storm just down there. She's like just down there, and she is guarding me because I'm outside and apparently I'm under threat. I don't know if Storm could actually do anything, you know, like if I was threatened. But yeah, she's guarding me. So I thought while we are walking around and checking out what I've done in the garden, I might as well do a bit of a recap on what is actually here. And yeah, this part of the garden is pretty messy. Yeah, I'm literally going to have to spray all of this. I've really got no choice because we have this horrible grass, and you can see it right here. So I don't know if it's called cooch or kaikui grass, whatever you want to call it. It's crap. See, with all the tendrils. It's absolute crap. And it's all the way through the garden. In a previous video, I went on about the retaining wall. That's why we put it in, was so that we can move away from the tyres. Yeah, so I can spray all of it and basically start over again, which actually it'd be nice to start over again, to be honest. But anyway, just a recap on the retaining wall. These were new, so we bought these brand new. The posts, however, you notice that they're nice and white, because they're signposts. Lovely people in a Portakey love whacking over signposts. So my husband works for a company that does all the maintenance on the council roads, and a part of that is replacing the signs and the signposts. Because people like bowling over signposts, my husband turned around and picked up a whole heap of broken posts from work, and they have become the posts for our retaining wall. I'm just walking around here. It's okay, Storm. Yeah, just going to walk around. Better take a look at how far I got with putting in these posts. Well, to be perfectly honest, not that far. Okay, I've got 2 more posts to go in, and I'll get there. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I even marked it out. See those 2 little sticks? That's where I got up to with the posts. So we're getting there. It just means that it's going to be another video before I actually have them in, and yada 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 yada. Because of course I got to fit this stuff in with working and dealing with the calves and all the other things that I managed to get myself into, and chasing rally cars. That takes up a bit of time as well. So I got to fit this all in, but I will get there, and it will be in a future video. And just a question, I just want to know, what are you guys doing as my viewers in my community? What are you guys doing to combat the cost of living? if you drop it in the comments, I'd much appreciate it. I just want to gauge what everybody is doing, and if you got any cost saving tips, that would be awesome too. You know, saving costs and all the rest of it, because we seem to do this on the daily. And there is something that I didn't say in my last video. I showed videos of them, but we got cowies. So we got cowies, we call them cowies, but they're calves. So we've got 9 of them, and they are super cute. And they are little guzzle guts. And of course, because they're not weaned, we have to wean them. So that means making milk and, yeah, feeding calves, which unfortunately is quite expensive. Okay, so you're thinking, having calves, great. You guys have got calves, but it is actually really, really expensive, especially when you have to buy this stuff. And yeah, we don't have like milking cows or anything. I do want one in the future, but at the moment we don't have any milking cows on our property, so we have to buy in milk powder, and it is going up in price. Like last season it was $129 a bag, and now it's $149 a bag, and that's just because of inflation, and it sucks. So we have them for 2 years before we put them on the truck, and we try to give them the best 2 years of their life, and yeah, eventually they end up on the truck or they end up going to home kill. Unfortunately, we don't have the property size to have pets, and some of our cows that we've had in the past, honestly, I wish, and my kids wish, and even my husband wishes that we could have kept them as pets, because they were such awesome cows. But at the end of the day, it's about money. And to be perfectly honest, it is about money and our ability to supplement our incomes and make sure that we've got everything for this property. Next thing on the agenda that I showed in my intro to part 1 was cherry picker, and my husband up the cherry picker with the chainsaw hacking at one of our trees. Yeah, you're probably thinking, you said you were broke in the last video. Well, to be perfectly honest, I am broke. We didn't pay for the cherry picker. My husband actually went and did a job for his boss, and he hired the cherry picker, and his boss is an older guy, and yeah, the cherry picker is like huge, and it's heavy to tow with a trailer. So my husband did all that, and a part of that is, of course, it was the weekend when the hireage happened, so it didn't have to go back till Monday. So just like the digger in the last video, the cherry picker was the same, and we got to use it, and use it we did. Leaning back into that whole getting stuff for super cheap or for free. I love free, by the way. Free is awesome, but super cheap or free, we now have another coon mower. So for those that don't know what a coon mower is, it's a hay mower. So it's the type of mower that everybody uses to cut the grass so that you can turn it into hay. We already have a coon mower. We have a 4-disc coon mower, which we got for super cheap on Facebook about 2 years ago. I think we paid $700 for it, and we only had to go to Rotorua to go pick it up, which was great. And it is a good little mower, but of course, my husband reckons it's too small. And through some wheeling, dealing, and just being in the right place at the right time, we ended up with a new coon mower. It's only 1 disc wider, so it's a 5-disc, and she needs a bit of work, but it was free. So don't have to pay anybody. Well, not for it, but we're going to have to pay some stuff to get it back running. Like, it's going to need new flails, probably some new belts, a good ass clean because she's got a bit of rust, but it was still free, and I'm happy with free, really happy with free. The other big news is that we got our driveway back. So a little bit of a backstory. Our neighbours, who have been our neighbours across the river, so over there, for 10 years, they moved back to Tauranga. And there was a lot of reasons why they moved back to Tauranga, but they moved back to Tauranga. And of course, the container was theirs. They filled all of their stuff up with it, and of course it had to haere back to Tauranga so that they could actually use their stuff. And since we've lived here, the container has always been in our driveway, and it was off to the side, and you would have seen it in some of my older videos. You would have seen a big ass white 40-foot container sitting just off to the side. We got that moved. Honestly, I am so happy it's gone. So much of my driveway that I have never used because that container's always been there is now usable. So I am super happy. Sad still that my neighbours and, well, basically my family had to move back to Tauranga, but happy that I have more space. Oh my God, more space. So I'm going to cut it there, and yay! That was part 2, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys come back for more and watch what else we're getting up to. And yeah, have a great day, and bye.